Hey guys, Nick with PhoneArena here, and you're watching our preview of the Samsung Galaxy Core Advance. Now, if you're thinking that this is an upgraded variant of the Samsung Galaxy Core, you won't be entirely correct. Actually, the selling point of this phone is that it's made for those who are less comfortable with touchscreens. It comes with a bunch of extra accessibility features too. Nevertheless, it is still a fully functional Android device that will let you browse the web, take photos, and play video games. Let's check it out. The Galaxy Core Advance is a typical Samsung smartphone with curvy corners, plasticky construction, and metal-like trim around the sides. But there's also a number of things that set this phone apart. Its plastic back cover has been treated to a soft touch finish, which provides slightly more grip than those glossy finishes we often see on Samsung phones. Overall, the handset is heavy and chunky, but it feels solid and durable when held. It is clearly built to serve, not to be a fashion accessory. Below the screen of the Galaxy Core Advance, we see 3 physical buttons with very good tactile feedback. The volume rocker is on the left side, and on the right we have several more buttons. Here's the power key in the middle, down here we have a camera shutter, and this button up here at the top acts as a shortcut for launching the phone's sound recorder. The Samsung Galaxy Core Advance has a 4.7-inch TFT display, which is a size that makes it neither too difficult to operate nor too small to be enjoyed. Its resolution of 480 by 800 pixels, however, is pretty underwhelming. Don't expect this screen to be able to reproduce those fine details in images and text. It is nice that the touchscreen of the phone is extra sensitive, so it can be operated even with gloves on. What's not so nice, on the other hand, is that the phone is unable to adjust the brightness of the screen automatically, so you have to do that yourself. Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean comes loaded onto the Samsung Galaxy Core Advance, along with the usual interface modifications found on Samsung's recent Androids. Many of the system's visual elements have been changed, and a whole bunch of new features have been added. In addition to that, Samsung has thrown several new accessibility features on the Galaxy Core Advance. One of them is an app called Light Sensing. Basically, it detects light using the phone's camera and provides feedback via beeps or vibrations, depending on how bright the source is. As you can probably guess, this is a tool made for visually impaired users. They might also find Optical Reader useful. This app scans text and reads it out loud. The on-screen keyboard on the Samsung Galaxy Core Advance is pretty good overall. Its keys are large enough and its buttons are well spaced out. Of course, there's a bunch of extras like predictive text input and autocorrect. The Samsung Galaxy Core Advance relies on a Snapdragon system on chip with a 1.2 GHz dual-core processor, Adreno 305 graphics, and 1 GB of RAM. In plain words, that's not a bad hardware setup considering the fact that we're handling an entry-level phone. It should be able to run most apps and some not-so-demanding games pretty well. Still, we aren't expecting it to deliver a smooth experience if pushed too much. With the Galaxy Core Advance you get 8 GB of onboard storage, but expect only half of that to be available. That's why equipping the phone with a microSD card would be a good idea. On the Galaxy Core Advance we find Samsung's Internet Browser app. There's nothing radical about it in terms of features, but it does get the job done. That the status bar is hidden while browsing the internet is a tweak that we appreciate. What we don't quite like, on the other hand, is that text is pretty small and sometimes difficult to read without zooming because of the display's low pixel density. Flip the Samsung Galaxy Core Advance around and you'll see a 5-megapixel camera. It has autofocus and an LED flash providing extra light in tricky situations. A VGA front-facing camera is located in front for selfies and video chats. Launching the camera app brings us to an interface with large, easy-to-hit buttons and intuitive layout. To aid visually impaired users in taking photos, Samsung has added the option to have the app speak out loud the number of faces detected within the frame. The list of available shooting modes includes mostly basic and essential stuff such as night, sports, panorama, and best shot. Videos can be recorded at a maximum resolution of 1280 by 720 pixels. Here's the phone's built-in audio player. It lists your tunes by song, artist, or album name, and if it's more convenient for you, you can always play music folder by folder. The app comes with a built-in equalizer, voice controls, and Samsung's very own Adapt Sound feature that tweaks audio reproduction so that it better matches the user's earphones and hearing. With a screen size of 4.7 inches, the Samsung Galaxy Core Advance is suitable for watching videos as long as you don't mind the non-HD experience. The video app plays back video files in resolution of up to 1080p, and thanks to its pop-up play feature, it can play videos in a separate floating window. The existence of the Samsung Galaxy Core Advance goes to show that Samsung is determined to having a phone for every consumer segment. With its simplified design and enhanced set of accessibility features, it is a phone targeted at a very specific audience. Sure, the majority of buyers won't be looking specifically for a phone like that, but those who will probably won't find many alternatives matching these criteria. Of course, pricing could also be among the phone's main selling points. Judging by its hardware configuration, the Samsung Galaxy Core Advance is probably going to be relatively cheap, which could make it a decent entry-level Android offering. Those who would prefer a phone with a bit more visual appeal, however, better look elsewhere. Thanks for watching our preview of the Samsung Galaxy Core Advance. To learn more about it, just visit our website phonearena.com.